Attention please. This uploading is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. Follow us.
The SPCA has returned to the North Auckland farm to inspect the thin cattle. Todd's pleased to see the farmer has removed the stock from his barren paddocks.
Well, it's been 4 days since we were first here on Friday. Today's Tuesday. And looking at what we can see now, it looks like he's done what we've asked, which is get the stock off. And it's already, you can see a little bit of a change in the colour. It's not quite as black looking as what it was on Friday. So it means that they've had a little bit of sunshine probably over the last few days, and it's already starting to get a little bit of growth back.
Some of the cows have been sold, others have been moved to a neighbouring paddock owned by farmer Colin Smith.
Oh, it's definitely looking a lot better, Colin. There's grass for a start, and already they're starting to look a lot healthier. They're not charging over to us as soon as we sort of approached looking for food, like they were the other day. And the calves are all sort of looking a little bit more active than they were the other day. Just the difference in over 4 days, you can see that they're a lot more contented.
This sort of thing hits farmers pretty hard, and when they start to get problems where they get depressed, then they can't see any way out of it. It becomes a depression thing, and I've seen twice now in my time here where people have shot themselves, hung themselves, etc. And I feel that I've just got to get involved because I do not want to see that sort of situation happen in farming communities.
The SPCA has accepted the farmer's explanation, and this time he will only be given a warning.
There's a reasoning for why it all happened, is that he had promises of extra grazing from another lease block that he had organised in Matakana, but that just didn't come through in time for him to get all the stock off it. He had too many stock for his land, and admittedly he said that he couldn't do anything about it at that stage because he didn't have anywhere for them to go. So I mean, there was definitely some poor management sort of skills there, and he's admitted to that he was literally he tried to push it too hard and it didn't pay off, and he got caught out. And in hindsight, which is such a wonderful thing, he would have done it a completely different way, but at the expense of his animals is what's our main concern. They've suffered in his risk-taking.
It's a routine task for the SPCA to rescue cats that get stuck up trees.
Hi, how's it going?
But today's mission could prove a real challenge. The tree is a phoenix palm, and that's not great news for Inspector John Hedimaya.
They've got a nasty spike to them. So, are you sure that it's up there?
It's up there.
The occupants of the house have heard the cat's cries for days. Its owner hasn't come looking for it, and no one's been able to coax it from the tree.
I'm not too sure how we're going to do this. We may need to call in fire service. Also contact a tree surgeon and see whether or not they are prepared to come up. Puss, 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 puss.
Even sighting the cat is proving difficult for John.
Yeah, I can see something up there. I think it's a grey or black cat. Puss, 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 puss. Puss, 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 puss. Puss, 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 puss. John to the ark.
John's decided against climbing the tree himself and is hoping either the tree pruners or the fire department will come to the cat's rescue.
Puss, 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 puss.
While waiting for some assistance, John's lost sight of a cat trapped in a phoenix palm tree.
How did you hear the cat?
About 10 o'clock last night, I was outside just taking my rubbish out,
Yeah.
and I heard the crying. She was really quite distressed. And I walked down the street and the neighbour came out, and I had his torch shining up onto the tree. He said that he rang the SPCA.
The local tree pruners have arrived with a cherry picker. John's relieved he may finally be able to retrieve the cat without causing himself or the cat any harm. The first challenge for the tree pruner and John will be to locate the cat lost somewhere in the tree.
Around that side somewhere.
But the tree pruner has a plan. If John plants himself in the tree, the cat may be forced in one direction.
He's going to actually hook himself into the phoenix. Well, I go down and try and scare the cat up to him. He's right in front of me. He's way over on the other side. Got the cat. Seems to be all right.
The cat's safely aboard, but in all the excitement, it seems the tree pruner has forgotten John, still staked out in the tree. The cat will have to spend a little longer off the ground before it's finally brought back to safety.
Thanks, mate.
Yep, no worries.
Cheers.
Yep.
SPCA inspectors rescued this dog from a house where it was starving and without shelter.
Let's have a listen. She's really thin as well. There's a bit of muscle wastage around here.
The dog has been nursed back to health and given special training by canine attendant Annalise. She's thrilled the dog can now be rehomed.
I've worked with this dog nearly every day since she's been here. I've fed her, I've cleaned her, I've watched her go from a skeleton to this, I've bathed her, I've trained her. For me, this is what the SPCA is about. This is what we're here for.
Over 700 dogs and puppies are adopted each year from the Auckland SPCA. After waiting 13 days in the adoption area, today this German Shepherd may finally find a home.
Hi, darling. Yo. Hi.
Annalise left a notice on the cage describing the dog's background. She's been hoping this will attract special interest in the dog.
Pretty sad story, isn't it?
Oh, that's awful. Oh.
She feels like it.
She's so sweet.
Hello, darling.
Beautiful.
I think that's approved her too, so
Will be.
What do you think, Daddy?
I think we should take it.
what are your main reason for getting a dog at this time? To extend our family.
The SPCA use strict criteria to ensure a dog is matched to the right home. This family will have to pass the approval process before the SPCA will allow the adoption to proceed.
After adoption in Auckland SPCA, inspector may visit you at any reasonable time to see how your new dog is settling in. Do you have any objection? No. No.
This family has returned to New Zealand after several years overseas. They've had many pets in the past and stand a good chance of making the grade.
Hi there.
Hi.
Which one was it that you're actually interested in?
The one that had the sort of
It's got a sign outside.
story,
Yep.
history. written
Very
outside.
sad history.
She was actually removed from a property because she's in thin condition. So now that she's up to weight, she's ready to go to a home. Slightly independent dog who'll take a little while to bond with the owner.
Right.
But once she's done that, she'll make a really loyal pet.
How excited.
How do we find her?
If you go out just to the adult side.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Annalise is in attendance today. She didn't want to miss the chance to meet the family who may adopt the dog she has given so much time to.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Annalise. I'm the one that wrote this story about her.
The one that got our attention and almost made us start crying, that one.
Yep. I'll leave you alone for about 10-15 minutes. Just get to know her. She might whine for a little while. It's just that we're the only thing familiar to them in this sort of environment. They're quite experienced with dogs, quite a bit of training experience and things like that. And just the way they handled her, they were quite firm with her, which is definitely what she needs, but at the same time, there was a lot of praise there and things like that. So, all in all, I was very happy.
Aren't she beautiful?
Well, she's certainly friendly.
Yeah, obedient she is.
Definitely, that's the one.
You want to come home with us? Huh? Hello, darling.
The meeting has been a great success and the adoption approved. But for staff like Annalise, it's still often hard to say goodbye. Next week on Animal House, a kitten is lost in an air conditioning vent. Some special goats get into a lava. And the SPCA rescue some dogs from a heated situation.